Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, to Irmelin Indenbirken, a German legal secretary, and George DiCaprio, an American underground cartoonist and distributor. His heritage, Italian from his father's side and German on his mother's, contributed to a rich cultural backdrop, though some family lore has been muddled over time. Contrary to rumors of Ukrainian ancestry, there's no verified evidence that DiCaprio has any family ties to Ukraine. His name itself has an almost cinematic origin. His mother was reportedly viewing a Leonardo da Vinci painting in Italy when she first felt her baby kick, and thus the future star's name was decided before birth. Growing up, his parents separated when he was very young, and he developed a close relationship with both his mother and his stepbrother in the blended family arrangement that followed. Early photos reveal a playful, curious child far removed from the red carpet persona he would later cultivate. Even as a young boy, DiCaprio was drawn to performance. At age 5, he appeared on the children's television show Romper Room, beginning a series of odd jobs in commercials and educational films. These early forays into acting weren't glamorous, but they laid the foundation for a remarkable career that would unfold over the coming decade. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, DiCaprio began to build his resume with television roles. He appeared in popular series such as The New Lassie and had guest spots on Roseanne, but his first consistent recognition came from his recurring role on Growing Pains, a performance that introduced him to a broader audience and hinted at his star potential. His film debut came in 1991's Critters 3, a low-budget horror effort that few would remember, but that marked an important professional milestone. DiCaprio had arrived in cinema. Not long after, he landed roles that would begin to turn heads. In 1993, he starred in This Boy's Life opposite Robert De Niro, a gritty drama that further showcased his dramatic instincts. That same year, DiCaprio received his first critical acclaim for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where he played a young man with an intellectual disability. His nuanced performance earned widespread praise and his first Academy Award nomination, an extraordinary achievement for someone still in his teens. These performances hinted at a remarkable capacity for emotional depth and complexity traits that would become a DiCaprio signature. The watershed moment in DiCaprio's career, the turning point that transformed him from a respected young actor into a global phenomenon, came in 1997 with Titanic. Directed by James Cameron, the epic told the tragic story of the doomed ocean liner and featured DiCaprio as Jack Dawson, a penniless artist who falls in love with a high society passenger played by Kate Winslet. Anika Titanic became a cultural event of unparalleled proportions. It shattered box office records, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of all time, and it won 11 Academy Awards, tying the record for the most Oscars ever won by a single film. For DiCaprio, the impact was seismic. Overnight, he became a household name, adored by fans around the world. His combination of raw talent, vulnerability, and charisma transformed Jack Dawson into a figure etched into global pop culture and Titanic into a touchstone of cinematic history. Yet, this phase of superstardom brought new challenges. With fame came intense media scrutiny that often focused less on DiCaprio's craft and more on his personal life, especially his relationships. The actor's early career was marked by a pattern of highly publicized romances that sometimes overshadowed his professional achievements. Unlike many actors who chase blockbusters once they've tasted major success, DiCaprio intentionally chose a path that prioritized substance over spectacle. After Titanic's colossal success, he selected roles that demanded nuance and range. In The Beach, he explored themes of disillusionment and self-destruction as a backpacker seeking utopia. And Catch Me If You Can, he played con artist Frank Bagnall Jr. opposite Tom Hanks, showcasing his ability to carry a charismatic, complex character in a lighter, adventurous context. That same year, he took on Gangs of New York, marking the beginning of his lifelong creative partnership with director Martin Scorsese, a collaboration that would become one of the most celebrated actor-director relationships in modern cinema. DiCaprio's repeated collaborations with Scorsese yielded some of the most iconic films of the 21st century, including The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, and The Wolf of Wall Street. These films spanned genres and themes, but were united by DiCaprio's relentless commitment to inhabiting his characters with depth and precision. For example, in The Aviator, he portrayed visionary aviator Howard Hughes with a blend of intensity and fragility that earned him another Oscar nomination. In The Wolf of Wall Street, he brought to life the real-life stockbroker Jordan Belfort in a performance that was violent, electric, and absurdly charismatic, highlighting his ability to capture both the comedic and the tragic in a single breath. Despite a string of powerhouse performances and multiple Academy Award nominations, including for The Wolf of Wall Street and The Aviator, DiCaprio didn't win an Oscar until 2016. He finally took home the Academy Award for Best Actor for his physically and emotionally grueling portrayal of frontiersman Hugh Glass in Alejandro González Iñárritu's The Revenant, a role that demanded extraordinary endurance and vulnerability. Culmination of years spent perfecting his craft and backing roles that pushed the boundaries of cinematic performance. In subsequent years, DiCaprio continued to choose roles that challenged both himself and audiences. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood reunited him with Brad Pitt in Quentin Tarantino's affectionate yet incisive look at 1960s Hollywood Don't Look Up, a political satire about humanity's refusal to confront catastrophe, saw him alongside an ensemble cast including Jennifer Lawrence and Meryl Streep. Killers of the Flower Moon, another collaboration with Scorsese, tackled dark chapters in American history with nuance and gravity, earning widespread critical acclaim. In 2025, he starred in One Battle After Another, a politically infused action thriller directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, continuing his evolution toward roles that mix spectacle with social resonance. Even today, commentators note that DiCaprio's choices reflect a consciousness about artistic legacy and cultural relevance, not mere box office appeal. While his film career might be the headline, DiCaprio's influence extends far beyond Hollywood. In 1998, he founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which has funded more than 200 environmental conservation projects worldwide and donated over $100 million toward combating climate change, protecting biodiversity, and supporting sustainable communities. His activism includes producing and narrating environmental documentaries such as The 11th Hour and Before the Flood, which have helped bring climate science into mainstream consciousness. In 2014, DiCaprio was designated a UN Messenger of Peace for Climate Change, an honor that reflects his commitment to elevating environmental issues on the global stage. However, his activism has not been without controversy. Critics sometimes call out perceived contradictions between his environmental messaging and personal choices, moments that provoke broader discussions about celebrity responsibility and advocacy. Throughout his career, DiCaprio has been intensely protective of his personal life. He has been linked with several high-profile partners, often models and actresses, but he generally avoids letting media narratives define him outside of his work. Recently, he attended major events like the 2026 Golden Globe solo despite being in a long and focused public attention on his art rather than his personal life. At over 50 years old, Leonardo DiCaprio remains not only a towering figure in film, but also one of the most influential voices in entertainment and environmental activism. His career arc from child actor to global icon to cultural advocate is a testament to his unwavering commitment to meaningful art and substantive change. Whether commanding the screen in a Scorsese epic or amplifying the urgency of global warming, DiCaprio's work resonates because it is grounded in purpose, thoughtfulness, and unrelenting authenticity. Leonardo DiCaprio's journey is far from ordinary. He has navigated the treacherous terrain of fame without losing the core of who he is: a storyteller at heart, a craftsman in his profession, and an advocate for a planet in peril. As audiences continue to celebrate his past achievements and anticipate his future endeavors, one thing remains clear. DiCaprio is not merely a star. He is a legacy, one shaped as much by his artistry as by the causes he champions.